Let's take a moment to count the ways that Amazon tracks you. They track every order you place on the website, every show that you watch on Amazon Prime Video, every song you listen to on Prime Music. They track every request you make on Alexa, every record of motion on your Ring doorbell. They track your Kindle reading, including what date you read a book, how long you read it, and what parts of the book you even highlighted. They track similar data for your Audible account and your Fire TV usage. They track your physical address, your credit history, your search history, your website clicks, your internet usage via advertisements, and more. And how do I know this? Because when I go onto Amazon's website to request my data, you know what they give me? They give me a drop-down menu of 15 different tracking categories to choose from. In other words, Amazon's basically telling me, you want the data we have on you? You're gonna have to be more specific. Welcome to All Things Secured. My name's Josh, and back when I was living in the United States, I admit that my family made almost daily purchases from the Amazon website. Personally, I refused to buy an Alexa device or a Ring doorbell, but I have plenty of friends and family members who did. So there are two questions we're going to answer here. First, how does Amazon track me? I've already mentioned the various categories of the data they collect, but there are 3 different ways they gather that data, and it's incredibly helpful to understand each one individually. Second, I'm going to attempt to figure out how to stop Amazon from collecting that data. And based on my research so far, I've got 3 different options that follow 3 very different levels of paranoia. Make sense? Good. All right, let's dive in. Amazon tracks and collects data on you in 3 unique ways. The first and most obvious way is the data that we voluntarily give them. We browse their website, we use their apps to purchase products, we give them our credit card info, our address for delivery, and so on and so on. But this also ties into our use of their physical products like a Kindle, a Fire TV, an Alexa, an Echo device, or that awesome Amazon Fire phone. Just kidding. But that was a gloriously public failure, wasn't it? Anyway, the point here is that Amazon isn't doing anything underhanded. They're literally just storing the troves of information that we're giving to them. And in the second half of this video, as we dive into ways that we can stop Amazon's tracking, this is actually the area that is the hardest to maintain privacy. The second type of information Amazon collects, which I'm going to call our metadata, is a bit shadier. I mean, sure, it makes sense that they track what you're doing on their website and the products that you're looking to buy, but they also track the device that you're using, maybe the OS, the IP address, which provides your general location. They track every record of motion on your Ring doorbell log. They even track every scroll and click that you make on their website. Now, Amazon has said that they are not in the business of selling this data to anybody else, so hopefully we shouldn't have to worry about that. But the kind of profile that they're building on us, that they're able to build on us, is alarming. And it's one of the many reasons why regulators are trying to break up these big tech companies. But if that's not crazy enough, then check this out. The third type of information Amazon collects on you is what they receive from third parties. I mean, this could be your credit history from credit bureaus as part of their fraud prevention, information from third-party delivery companies about your change of address, and finally, listen carefully here, data from their subsidiaries. Who are Amazon's subsidiaries, you ask? Well, did you know that Amazon owns Diapers.com, Zappos, Twitch, IMDb, and Whole Foods Market, among about 40 other companies? So although the connection between your interactions with these companies and your Amazon file might not be direct, it does exist. And if at this point you're not at least a little concerned about the data Amazon has on you, I don't know what to tell you. This All Things Secured YouTube channel probably isn't for you. For the rest of us though, let's talk about whether or not it's possible to stop, or at the very least, limit what Amazon can track about us. Here's the bad news. The only way to stop Amazon from tracking you completely is to delete your Amazon account. I'm serious. It's extreme, it's crazy, and for most people living, at least in the US, it's practically impossible. I know there are a few of you who are willing to live without the convenience that Amazon provides, but I'm going to assume that most of us aren't willing to take that drastic step. So if we're not going to delete our Amazon account, what other options do we have? Well, you're welcome to look, but you won't find a privacy settings section in your Amazon account, which that itself is very telling. What you will find isn't much. For those in the EU, thanks to GDPR, you have the option to set custom cookie preferences, which are those little pieces of code that follow you around to show you personalized ads. You can also turn off interest-based ads. US consumers, on the other hand, only have the option to turn off these interest-based ads. We're not given custom cookie preferences. I'll be honest though, Neither of these are a big deal. Amazon is still tracking you. The only difference is that the ads are going to be a little bit dumber. You have a bit more control on a mobile device though. If you go into your Amazon app and click on the 3 bars in the menu, you'll find where it says permissions. This is where you can easily turn off Amazon's ability to use your Bluetooth, your location, your camera, your microphone, and your photos. Frankly, there's not one setting in this permissions menu that I turn on. But then again, I'm not the kind of guy who likes to use my camera to virtually try on products, so I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, both Audible and Kindle don't offer much in terms of privacy controls. I mean, you can remove the reading insights on Kindle, which you can see me doing here, but it actually doesn't change any data Amazon collects. It just removes it from my site. The same goes for turning off your browsing history when logged in on your desktop. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that Amazon isn't tracking it. There is, however, a bit more control if you're the owner of an Alexa or a Ring product. Each family of products has their own privacy hub where you can delete recordings and manage any privacy settings. So I recommend that you go in and do that. You may have also heard of something called Sidewalk, which is Amazon's attempt to use their devices as like this mesh network to create a public Wi-Fi. If you have an Echo device made after, I think, 2016, or a select number of Ring devices, then listen carefully. Personally, I don't see any good reason why I want to have my home devices broadcasting free Wi-Fi around my neighborhood. So Amazon Sidewalk is an easy no for me. Turn it off in the Alexa or Ring app account settings. Well, I hate to say it, but that's about all you can do on this easiest level of Amazon privacy control. There are a couple of other little things that I won't go into detail here. Things like editing your Amazon public profile or turning off the Echo drop-in settings. But at this point, it's clear that none of this is really affording us any extra privacy at all. We're just limiting who can see certain types of information. Here comes the good part. If you're not willing to delete your Amazon account, but you're also not comfortable with all of the data that Amazon collects, what is that middle ground option? Well, there's a bit of nuance to this answer, but here are a few easy places to start. First, when you're searching to buy something on Amazon, use a web browser that automatically blocks third-party cookies. In other words, anything other than Chrome right now. Next, I would make sure that the browser I use to shop is not the same browser I use to buy, and that the browser I'm shopping with isn't logged into my Amazon account so they can't connect my account with my browsing history. You can even go a step further and have different devices for browsing and actual buying. Let's say you want to go even a step further. You could pay for your Amazon purchases using a virtual credit card and have Amazon send all packages to a virtual address. I've already described both of these virtual options in 2 different videos I recommend you watch next, and I'll put links in the description below. Now, for the sake of my marriage, I don't go this far because when my wife orders something on 1 or 2 day delivery, she expects to get it in 1 to 2 days, and a virtual address, it just can't do that. But this just goes to highlight how difficult it is to erase your footprint on Amazon. They allow you to download your data, but the only way to delete the data that Amazon has on you is to completely close your account. I hope this video has been helpful. Please hit that like button and make sure you watch the rest of the videos in this series about how Google and Facebook track you here. And did I already say subscribe? Yeah, why don't you do that too?